everybody, and with this week's Nightfall being not particularly very friendly towards me this week, as you guys are going to be seeing. This is kind of how my Nightfalls are basically every week. I think the only time that I got something good from Nightfall was when I got Icebreaker. The rest of the time, it's just been crap that I don't want. But with it not being very friendly to me this week, I was even more so looking forward to what Xur was going to be selling this week. And this week has to be one of the best weeks for me personally, because he's selling 2 exotics that I do not have. So this week, Xur is selling an Unsurmountable Skull Fort, Knucklehead Radar, Claws of Ahamkara, and Red Death. The gun that so many people have wanted, one that's been missing from my personal collection. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Red Death does. So it has Unflinching, which makes it easier to aim while under fire. You have Snapshot, you have high caliber rounds, and single point sling. And then of course you have the Red Death perk, which makes it to where each kill heals you and increases your reload speed. And by the way, I love the description of it. Vanguard policy urges Guardians to destroy this weapon on sight. Well, a lot of Guardians did not listen to that, because if you go into the Crucible, literally everyone is using Red Death. But for those of you that are wondering, the other exotic that was missing for me was Knucklehead Radar. I just have never found Knucklehead Radar, just never found it. So I would highly recommend that out of this group that you buy Red Death and Claws of Ahamkara. Claws of Ahamkara, actually one of my favorite exotics, probably my favorite exotic for the Warlock. It's just awesome to pop Radiance and go in there and have 2 insta-kill melees is super awesome. So those are my picks for this week, but let's talk more about Red Death, because this gun has been wanted by many people, myself included. I'm now missing 2 exotics. I'm missing the Vex Mythoclast because it just will not drop for me. It just won't happen. So now I'm like, I don't want you. If you don't want to drop for me, I don't want you. And also Monte Carlo, which has just not chosen me either. But out of that group that I was missing, Red Death was the one that I really wanted, because it looks so cool. It's one of the coolest looking weapons in the game. It looks badass, it's huge, it's bloody. Blech. That probably was going in a really inappropriate and bad place. But it just looks super awesome, and it's actually a really good gun. So I was definitely looking forward to Red Death either coming to me or Xur selling Red Death. It's also very useful for hard mode on Crota, because every time you do kill something, you regen your health. So you can just kill a thrall and you can go back to full health. So all around in the Crucible and in PvE, Red Death is just very useful. So I was definitely looking forward to getting it. I know a lot of people are looking forward to getting it, and I could tell that by the fact that literally every person on the planet is using Red Death in the Crucible. It's just Red Death versus Red Death, and anyone that chooses to use like the last word or something is just kicking everyone's ass, because, you know, the last word. Also, by the way, I am using 2 of the things, 2 exotics that were available from Xur this week. I am wearing the Claws of Ahamkara, so you would have noticed that when I popped Radiance, I actually meleeed twice and got an insta-kill. It's because I'm wearing the Claws of Ahamkara, and of course, I am using Red Death. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about my first impressions of Red Death now that I finally have it, and I have it decently upgraded. I don't have the Red Death perk, but I have everything up until then. So the first thing that became very apparent for me is that with Red Death, you have to land headshots. Like, it's very unforgiving when it comes to not landing headshots. If you want to really utilize it and kill people faster than they're gonna kill you, you have to be getting headshots. I noticed that when I wasn't pulling off headshots, when my aim was kind of crappy, that I didn't really do very well. And that could be said for every single gun, but it's actually not true for every single gun. For example, time on target, the pulse rifle that you get from the Vanguard, if you get body shots, it's not that big of a deal because it actually increases your precision damage. So that's a way more forgiving than Red Death is. So if you are very accurate and you like to play at more of a medium distance, then I would say that Red Death is going to be amazing for you, because I would say that it's definitely one of the better weapons when it comes to medium range. For long range, it's actually pretty good as well because it has decent range on it. For close range, it's okay. I would say that it's pretty mediocre when it comes to close range, just because the fire rate is on the slow side of pulse rifles, and you do have to be more accurate with Red Death in order to actually use the gun effectively and utilize the gun to its fullest potential. But so far, I am definitely enjoying using Red Death. It's just a super cool weapon, and I can't wait to fully upgrade it. Hopefully, I will be able to get the Red Death perk tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you pick up Red Death, and make sure you pick up the Claws of Ahamkara, because both of these things are super, super awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Enjoy your Red Death in the Crucible. Stay away from me, because it's annoying to have everyone using Red Death. And I will speak to you awesome guys later. Bye.